Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Steven Universe Future. Last time on Steven Universe Future, we had In Dreams. So Steven was having nightmares that were very, very distressing, but no matter that, Peridot showed up to watch the reboot of Camp Pining Heart, upon which Steven and Peridot discovered that the reboot is horrible. But they did realize that through the pink state, Steven could affect the show, basically, through his dreams. Very weird, but whatever. So they start to try to write their own show, but everything keeps going wrong with Steven's dreams, and eventually he comes to the realization that he can't do this for Peridot, but he is afraid that if he can't help Peridot, then he is useless, and she will just abandon him. And she hears all this, and Peridot says, no, that's not going to happen. You know, we can just hang out. And they just hang out, watch the reboot, and just rant about it. Always a good time. Great episode. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. And with that being said, we might as well get into this episode of Steven Universe Future. Here we go.
Starlight Roller Rink featuring DJ Sour Cream.
Hey.
I'm so excited
Good
for
for
you to
him.
get out there and experience some interpersonal relationships with humans, Bismuth.
Oh,
Don't be afraid to show off your gem. They're going
Whoa.
to love you for who you are.
damn.
Ah, I love this song.
You mean this commercial?
Turn it up. Cam Chefs is the place to bring your wreck. Get your car rate paid for cheap and fair
Tuh.
without risking your
Aw.
neck. Cam Chefs.
Aw, I love Pearl.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's
I think I
get
tried
this
skating
going.
once
Is that Connie?
when I was
Patricia,
tiny child.
Daniel.
What's up?
Steven, these are a couple of my friends from cram school.
Oh, how's it going? It's cool.
Steven,
You should
stop,
have seen
don't.
Daniel earlier.
One time, White Diamond tore into me. Literally. she took my gem.
Steven,
Gem.
Steven,
By the way, she
Steven,
pulled it
abort,
right out of my
abort,
body.
abort this conversation.
Okay. If they were enemy gems, we'd be best friends by now.
Hey, Steven.
That's true,
Come on.
yeah. Whoa, speaking of gems.
All right, here I come.
Whoa.
I'm sure I've been there.
Yeah.
It's your first time, right?
Be gentle.
Okay,
Oh god, there's gotta be like
I think
8
that deserves a
diseases on
break.
that floor.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, Steven. Done tearing it up?
Oh, Bismuth, please help.
I think I've forgotten how to talk to humans.
Really? Have you tried using
Wow.
one of these? Pearl says it's supposed to help.
Maybe later.
Ugh.
What's the deal?
You did fine making friends, right, Bismuth?
Oh, yeah. It was all right.
All right. It was what you came for, wasn't
Well, did she come for Pearl?
it? Pearl? When Connie and I were fighting to save the universe, things were sort of easier. We were fighting the same fight. Now it's like we're living different lives.
This is sad, honestly,
We're not best friend anymore.
that he can't just be with humans.
So what do you want?
To do friend stuff with Connie.
And what are you gonna do?
Skate with Connie.
Then
Really?
go do it!
Connie!
Steven? Steven, are you okay?
Connie, I'm sorry. I don't want to hold you back.
Alright, here he goes on his big, sorrowful speech.
Friends. I don't know how to skate.
Skating is what you're worried about?
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody. It's time for our nightly skate competition. Everyone show off your sickest moves and be crowned Skater of the Night.
Come on.
I wonder if the
I
pink
have
state
an
will
idea.
help. Oh, it is! Wait a minute. That ain't no pink state. Yeah. Yep. She needs new skates. Oh man, look at that new outfit. Was that an intentional split?
I know them.
I think we can agree who the winner is unless somebody wants to follow that up. I guess that makes the winner by default Stevani.
Yay. Good job.
This one goes out to Bismuth and Pearl from Steven and Connie.
Steven.
Are you tired of shady mechanics bleeding you
This
dry?
mess? It's my fave
Bring it
Aw.
to kids.
Get your car repaired for cheap and fair without risking your neck.
Cam's camshafts.
Yay.
Let's spice this baby up.
Oh, he's remixing the song. Oh, is that just it? Is that the end? I guess it's the end. Wow, that really just ended, didn't it? Okay. That was a good episode. I enjoyed that. I really did. Man, what a sad state for Steven, though, where it's like he can't even talk to humans anymore. He's so used to gems. You know, it's like, you know, here's the thing, is that, you know, he's going on this whole thing. If he can't talk to humans anymore, you know, it's all awkward. It was easier when he was dealing with the diamonds and stuff. Meanwhile, season 5, we barely dealt with the diamonds until, like, the end. But you have to take into account... Okay, so there's a slight disconnect there, but you do have to take into account that by the canon now, between the end of season 5 and the movie, there is, like, 2 years of Steven negotiating the end of the Gem Empire. So, I guess it does sort of make sense. I just wish we could have seen that, you know? So, there's the slightest disconnect for me there. But his anxieties about him and Connie drifting apart are definitely shown in, you know, they definitely make sense in this series now. You know? Like, that part I understand. The whole not being able to talk to humans thing is a little odd. There's a bit of a disconnect there, but you can still understand it. So, anyway, let's go ahead and hop right into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was skating. So they went on a skating date. I like that. That was nice. I think I only went roller skating once in my life. Was it a class trip? Why did I go skating? I'm a very antisocial person. And I did not really, like, hang out with a lot of people when I was a kid, so why on earth did I go skating? I do remember it, though. I do remember it. I remember, like, the place, like, in my head, but this had to have been... It had to have been elementary school. I don't know. I don't know, but I do remember that. So that was actually kind of interesting that, like, this episode, like, not connected with me, I guess, because, I mean, it's just the skating, I guess, that we have in common. But it's like, but I do remember it. I remember that. I also remember a bowling rink that, and just for the fact that, you know, I remember that because, you know, you have to give the certain shoes and, like, the carpet was familiar. That carpet, though, the carpet in this roller skating rink that they have, that carpet, like the design that they put on that carpet looks almost identical to a carpet that is at a movie theater near me, a carpet that I swear they haven't cleaned in 20 years. Like, when Steven fell onto that, you know, I said as much, like, I'm pretty sure he just got 8 diseases from falling on there, you know? So, so that was interesting. It was just an interesting, like, setting, you know? It really took me back, actually, to various different places, actually, not just skating. I don't think I was ever that good at skating. You know, I'm sure I just sort of wheeled around very slowly. I don't think I was as bad as Steven, though. I think I was okay, but I didn't do... I don't know. I don't think I did, like, super skating or anything. So yeah, I did like the setting. I thought that was nice. Well, especially, too, because it's like, you know, they're all... Well, I guess they're not all dressed up. Steven and Connie weren't really dressed up, but Well, I guess Pearl wasn't either, because Pearl was just wearing her normal, outfit with the jacket. That's just what she wears now. Bismuth was the one that was dressed up, and she had, like, her hair back and everything, which was nice. So, yeah, it's like I was kind of confused at first, and it's like they went to the roller skating rings, like, oh, okay, that's what they're going. They just, I guess Bismuth just dressed up to be casual. She's not wearing her friggin', like, forger's apron or whatever. Apron doesn't sound like it would be a term a blacksmith would use, but I mean, what else would that be? Anyway, maybe just like a blacksmith vest. I don't know. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the setting. I wrote down Bismuth. So Bismuth, she might have a thing for Pearl. All right, that's interesting. I like that. And like half of it, like you can argue that. You could also just argue that she likes, Pearl to be, Pearl. Like she even says, like, oh, she's reminding me of the Pearl that I used to know. So she just wants to see her happy. But I think there's something a little more there. I think there's something a little more there between Bismuth and Pearl. Which, that's great. And I did actually like, she was connecting with Pearl's friends, pretty quickly, which was interesting. And because you would think it would be the other way around, that, the episode would be about Bismuth trying to, make friends and stuff. It's like, no, it's actually the opposite. Steven is the one who's having trouble with friends, and Bismuth, the complete newbie, has to come in and help because she's just a natural at it, and she's also a natural at skating, which I thought was interesting. So yeah, I did like that. I wrote down reconnect. Connie and Steven need to sort of reconnect because Connie is gone a lot. We haven't really had Connie that much in Future, have we? So yeah, that was interesting. And of course, it's like, okay, so he gets the pep talk, that's great, and he goes out and he's gonna, do his best, for Connie and everything. And then he goes out, he falls, and he starts going on his friggin' sappy speeches, because that's a thing that he does now, is that he does these, like, monologues, and he did one last episode. Last episode, it was very much needed, because, he was having an existential crisis within a dream, and he's talking about this to Peridot, and then he comes out and they have a moment, but here it's like, honestly, I didn't think that he needed it. I don't know, it's like he started pouring out his heart, and it's like, you don't have to do that here. Like, you could just go. I feel like he already poured it out to Bismuth. Maybe that's the thing, is that it's like, no, you already did that with Bismuth, but I guess he wants to be honest with Connie. So, and he was like, and so he poured out his heart. He said, what he's worried about. And then she's like, you're worried about skating. Dude, don't worry, you don't have to pour out your heart. You're gonna be fine, you don't have to be worried like this. You're okay. And maybe saying, pouring out his heart is not the correct phrase. Obviously, you can pour out your heart whenever you want. It's not a bad thing to do that. It's just that it felt a little off for that particular moment, especially when he had the talk with Bismuth, and then he was sent on his way, and he's confident, and then it's like, all right, let me pour out my heart, and then Connie gives him the confidence, and then they fuse. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's obviously fine. This is just, ramblings I have on it, Which, I guess that sums up my entire channel. It's fine. It's just, a bit of some ramblings for a bit. So they did reconnect and fuse into Stefani, which I did like. Yeah, I like that they fused, because at first I was like, what if the pink state was actually going to help Steven to skate? And it's like, oh, it's not the pink state. We don't need the pink state in this episode. Instead, they fuse back into Stefani, and she pulls it off. So that was pretty cool. And then the last thing I wrote down was Pearl. Pearl, coming in with all the best lines in this, I have to say. you know. And then I love that her favorite song is just this like car commercial, or this like friggin' repair shop commercial. I love that. And then Steven has Sour Cream play it for Bismuth and Pearl. I thought that was fun. So yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Great episode. Really enjoyed it. I have to say, these two episodes have been like, I don't want to say better than the episodes we've had. Because, I mean, well, first off, you know, we've had great episodes in, you know, really great episodes in the, you know, the first half of this season, particularly volleyball comes to mind. And I don't remember the rest, so, yeah. But, I don't know, there's something about these. Maybe it's that we're finally helping Steven, you know? Maybe that's it, is that we took the first 10 episodes to establish Steven's problem, and now it seems like we're taking these 10 episodes to help Steven. So we got that last episode. Peridot helped Steven a little bit. Now Connie's helping Steven a bit, as well as Bismuth. I have to sneeze. It's driving me insane. Okay. It's not happening. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. So I'm curious as to where we're going next time. And that's the thing, is I'm glad that we're now on the track to helping Steven, you know? Like, which, if that's the case, is that these 10 episodes are going to now be helping Steven, that's really good, because, you know, and it further, like, I don't want to say validates, but it works with the break that we had, you know? December was all about Steven's problems and, you know, how it's sort of ruining his life. Then we had the break up to now, where now it's March, and now we are going to now help Steven. So I do like that, and if that's sort of where we're going, which I have to think we're going there, you know, these 10 episodes are now to help Steven. That works, and I'm glad that there is now that separation, you know, because I was kind of thinking, you know, last time during the first half, I was like, oh man, you know, once I figured out that there was going to be another half of the season, I was like, oh man, so, you know, why are we stopping though? It's like, why couldn't we just, you know, let's get on with it. Let's do the next episodes and stuff. But now, with this idea in mind of helping Steven, it does make a lot more sense that they had the break at all. And luckily, you know, it wasn't a hell of a long of a break. A hell of a long of a break. Those were words I just said. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Steven Universe Future reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.